Ms. Lee J, I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time not only to teach your students, but also to teach me the arts and craft of teaching. Mr. Jamerson.
Ms. Bertrand, I want to say thank you very much for teaching me one of the most influential languages in the world, American Sign Language. Mr. C.
Miss Betty, thank you for being a great director and teaching me how to be a beautiful young lady.
Coach Samples, thank you for teaching me how to be a better man and how to play football and choosing the right life choices. Mr. Jackson.
Dr. Waters, thank you for not only allowing me into your classroom, but into the hearts of you and my students. Ms. Shyla.
Thank you, Coach Thomas, for making me a better person and a better basketball player, and thank you for persuading me to make better life decisions in life.
Mr. Glover, I just want to thank you for always putting a smile on my face and always having a good day in your class.
Mr. Scoopin, I know it's been a while since I've been in your class, but I want to thank you for pushing me into becoming a teacher. Mr. G.
Mr. Glover, thank you for being such a huge inspiration and being such a great teacher.
Thank you, Ms. Falcon, for always making me happy and laugh. Lisa.
Thank you, Ms. Henfield, for giving me all the knowledge I need for the upcoming STAR test this year. Tiana.
Thank you, Ms. Levins, for giving me the opportunity to teach in your classroom and giving me courage to teach. Ms. Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Glover, for putting a smile on my face and being an inspiration. Ms. Newton.
Thank you, Mr. Page, for showing me what it means to be a hard worker. Mr. Warmer.
Ms. Bowie, I want to thank you from my freshman year all the way to this year for teaching me how to become a better person.
Thank you, Coach Paul, for not only being there as a coach, but inspiring me to be a better you.
Thank you, Coach Sam, for allowing me to play football and teaching me to be a better man. Mr. Kenny.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson and Ms. Dawson, for teaching me how to be the lady I am today. Ms. Washington.
Shout out to Mr. Rich and Mr. Reed for teaching me how to be a better photographer, journalist, and now radio head. We've been through a lot through these last 3 years, and I appreciate you guys being patient with me because I know I'm hard to deal with. Nash. Shout out to Mr. Shaw and Mr. Cannon for being the 2 men in my life that showed me love and discipline at the same time. You guys taught me how to hone my gift of my voice and taught me how to be better musicians. You guys also taught me how to be patient with other people, and I'm grateful for you guys.
Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Russell for everything. First of all, I've been in theater since my sophomore year, and y'all have helped me to just come out my shell. Y'all have given me opportunities to be on stage and work with other people. Y'all have been like second parents to me, and I love y'all so much for preparing me for my next chapter in life. So, love you guys. Thank you.
So thank you, Mr. Rich, because you've literally helped me with everything. I started from literally not knowing anything about photography to winning top photographer in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex thing for high school. Our road has been really, really bumpy and really long, but it was all fun. So thank you.
I would like to thank Coach Neal for helping me come out of my shell when I first started doing soccer. And I'd like to thank Mr. Wood for being that one weird teacher that makes us laugh.
I want to thank Mr. Rich and Mr. Wood. For Mr. Rich, thank you so much in helping me becoming a journalist to a news anchor, and thank you for helping me out with my writing. It was an amazing experience. And thank you for helping me become more confident in speaking, because before this, I was so shy, like it was crazy. And Mr. Wood, thank you so much for all that fun times in English class.
Hey, Mr. Greeny, it's been a while, but freshman year, you were like the best teacher I ever had. You introduced me to high school, and you gave me a good feel of what college might be like, giving us constant assignments. So I'd like to thank you for the inspiration and helping me move forward in my life.
Hi, Dr. Baker. You've been there for me for the past 4 or 5 years, and I'd like to thank you for everything that you've helped me do and achieve, and you've just been the best. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Joanna Romero, and I want to thank you, Mr. Reeves, for being a really good teacher this year. You actually taught me a lot more than my English teacher. Thank you.
Hey, Mrs. Rohr, it's Angelina. I wanted to thank you for being such an amazing teacher and teaching me new strategies that I can use later on in the future. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you to Sergeant Brown. I had you for 3 years in middle school, and you were the best teacher I had. I really wish that I had you in high school, but I moved, so I'll miss you. Okay.
Hello, this is Mr. Novoa. To Mr. Wood, man, you're the best teacher I ever had. You helped me to pass all my STAR tests. You're very funny. Thank you.
This is Jessica Mendoza, and I want to thank Mr. Reeves
for pushing me throughout this school year and making me a better person and having more confidence in myself.
I want to appreciate Mr. Reeves and Ms. James for being the best teachers I ever had this year and for pushing me and for giving me more confidence in myself.
Hi, Mr. Hawkins. This is Shania. I just want to thank you for being the best math teacher that I had freshman year, and you really helped me a lot later on in high school.
Hi, Mr. Horton. It's Daniela Ugalde. Thank you for being a supportive and funny teacher, and you helped me pass my AP exam, and I'm thankful for that.
Hey, Mr. Reeves, it's Briella. I want to thank you for giving me information to use taking my STAR test, and I really appreciate it.
Hey, Mr. Bledsoe, this is Sam. I want to thank you for having a fun year in your class, and I want to thank you for having a fun time interacting with us and learning us history.
Hi, Ms. Thomas. It's Trinity Berry. You made my sophomore year one of the best years ever. I loved how you were so deductive to being a good teacher, and I wanted to thank you.
Hi, Mr. Glover. It's Leslie Heredia. I just met you this year, but I learned so much from you about life and how to become the person I want to become.
Yeah, what's up, Mr. Weber? I appreciate you for giving me the experience to learn how to expand my skills in teaching middle schoolers, and the experiences you gave me this year were outstanding, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. Thank you.
Hi, Mr. Connett and Mr. Wood. Thank you so much for teaching me everything and being such cool teachers and being funny and always pushing me to be the best I can be.
Hi, Ms. Metcalf. I know you haven't been here this long, but I'd like to thank you for being my teacher for this year, teaching me English and just making life easier.
I want to thank Ms. Thomas for being the best English teacher. She was always so motivating and persistent with all of her assignments, and I think that's what made me try even harder in her class. Thank you, Ms. Thomas.
Hi, it's Maurice Rice, otherwise known as Mo. For Teacher Appreciation Week, I'd like to shout out Mr. Robinson, the college mathematics teacher who decided to leave his class to teach 2 more. But that's not it. He's actually a really cool teacher in my opinion because, well, when I first met him, he was really chill, really nice, and he kind of surprised me in ways that none of the other teachers did. He also helped me learn a lot of things in college mathematics that I never thought that I would learn anywhere else. So.
I'd like to thank my art teacher, Mr. Sims, for always being there and being more than just a teacher, but kind of also a friend. And he was there and he gave me advice and he made me laugh in times where I needed it. So thank you, Mr. Sims.
I would like to thank Mr. Thrasher. I feel like he's always helped me with my work and all that. I know he was my English teacher and I feel like I wasn't always great at English, but I feel like he's helped me a lot, throughout the year, and I'd just like to thank Mr. Thrasher.
I'd like to say thank you to Coach Joe for being an easy and relaxed teacher.
I'd like to thank Mr. Mollett. He's a really good teacher. He's kind of chill, and he just helped us out with all our work, and yeah, he's a good teacher.
I'd like to thank my teacher, Mr. Pena, for my AP Human Geography class. So since being AP, I thought it'd be really hard, but actually it's very not. So especially since him being a laid-back teacher really made me not nervous of the class anymore, like I was during the first part of the year when I had it. So I'd like to thank him for that.
I would like to thank Ms. Hewitt for just being there for us and always telling us to study and study, and to always show us the ropes of how to do science and all its intriguing functions and stuff like that. She is like a mother figure to me, and she just has a lot of respect for me, and she's like the coolest teacher one could have.
I'd like to thank Ms. Matthews for pushing us throughout the year and making us better. Thank you.
For Mr. and Mrs. Russell, I want to give them appreciation because they helped me with my career path and leading me into my acting route. Without them, I wouldn't be the great actress I am now. I want to give appreciation to Ms. Reddick. She started here last year, and she's like my big sister, and I love her so much. So thank you, Ms. Reddick.
Thank you to all my teachers who helped me through this year further my education.
I want to say thank you to Mr. Evans. You made chemistry really fun for me this year, and I really appreciate everything.
I'd like to thank Mr. Walburn for actually being able to teach me Algebra 2, seeing as how I struggled a lot with Algebra 1. Thank you for helping me out throughout the year, emotionally and mentally and all that stuff. Thank you for being a good teacher.
I just want to personally thank Mr. Wood for being a great teacher in English this year and not only teaching me the fundamentals of English, but also teaching me the fundamentals of life.
I'd like to thank all my teachers for helping me grow this year, but especially I'd like to thank Mr. Prince, Ms. Gonzalez, Ms. Bowie, and Mr. Rich.
My teachers always tell me to follow my dreams, but they won't let me sleep in class. But thanks especially for Mr. Baxter, Mr. Wood, Ms. Gonzalez, and Mr. Rich for not letting me slack off.
I'd like to send a special shout out to Coach Corey Johnson, who is currently the JV boys basketball coach. I remember my sophomore year when I got cut like 4 weeks before the season or whatever. It really changed my whole dynamic in view of high school because I just came in thinking I was going to be a basketball player, and then after I got cut I ended up being so much more, getting involved in student council, my community, even going back to tennis, which is the first sport I loved. So I really appreciate him for that. I also like to send a shout out to Mr. Reed. You taught me so much of just like general life stuff, how to balance from, you know, coming back from something or challenging adversity and overcoming it. I just really appreciate you for that, and I really appreciate you for opening up AB production for me because now I found what I want to do in life.
Shout out to Coach Castillo. Thank you for all you've done for me from becoming a better Spanish speaker.
Shout out to all the lunch ladies for being so nice to me during lunch.
Shout out to Ms. Acton. You make learning a lot better.
Who your favorite teacher?
Who's your favorite teacher?
You.
You. What's my name?
Me. It's Lily.
Why is she your favorite teacher?
Because she's nice. She's pretty.
Is there anything you want to say to her?
And that's it.
Oh, and that's it?
Yes.
Okay.
Miss Jones.
Why you like Miss Jones?
She's just crazy.
Many. Johanna. See. Daddy. Goes the heart.
Thank you.
Lee and Miss Jones and Miss Jackson. That's all. She's crying.
Miss Jones and Miss Jackson, Miss President, and
Who's your favorite teacher?
Miss Lee, Miss Jones, Miss Warner, and Miss Jackson and Miss Lancaster.
Okay.
Shout out to my teacher, Miss Bowie, Mr. Fan, and Miss Lee. You guys helped me out through so much, and you guys were able to put up with my attitude. Just thank you so much.
Hey, it's Kendra. Shout out to Mr. Ford. Oh my gosh, you're the best principal ever. I've been having you since Reed days. I'm a senior. But I love you and I thank you for keeping me out of trouble. Shout out to Mrs. Simmons and Mr. Bennett. I want to thank y'all so much. Y'all have really come to Duncanville High School and made a change. Thank you for everything that y'all have done.